guys, wanted to share with you how I plan for my virtual week through Schoology. I'm going to take you through the whole thing, making a week's worth of lesson plans, how I put it together, what I use, how I find my resources, things of the sort. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I want to share with you, I have my to-do folder here. And in here, I have all the things that I need to get done. So that way, when I have a spare second, I know, okay, grab this, whatever's in here, I need to get it done. So in here, I put in my task card. I take out from my binder, so I don't have to bring my binder home. And then my task card, I'll explain in just a little bit what that is and how we use it in school. But then I put in here my worksheets that we'll be using for the week. Or for the following week. So I did this last week so that I can plan this weekend for next week. And so that way I don't have to bring my entire huge thick binder packet home from school. I just take the pages out that I need and then I put them in here. Okay, so I have already done one grade level. So now I'm going to do the second grade level, which is my freshman class. And in freshman, we are starting the anatomy of the head for our facials, okay? So these are the documents here, and this particular one, this is principles, yes. So we are doing, I have the task card that I like to paper pencil it first, so I go ahead and fill this out, then I type it up. And then this is the first head sheet that we're going to be using. And for the parts of the skull. And then this is the muscles of the face that we're going to be coloring. Okay, and the neck. And then face shapes. Okay, so the students don't have their journal, that their cut and paste journal that they're going to put their notes in yet. They're going to pick that up. Hopefully Friday is our second packet pickup. Hopefully they'll be done by then. If not, it's okay. I just told them that they can take notes on here. And then once we get our packet, we'll take a day and we'll cut and paste and put everything where it needs to go. Unfortunately, I did not think ahead of time and did not get those journals done in time. That's okay. So this is what I need to plan my week. Okay, so now I'd like to show you what I use whenever I'm planning. Okay, so I'm using Screencast-O-Matic and I have myself here, but I'm going to go ahead and I would like to remove myself, although I'm not sure that I am doing that correctly. There we go. Okay, move that out of the way. Perfect. Okay, so I am using Screencast-O-Matic, and Screencast-O-Matic is just a website, a resource you can use to record your screen. And just Google it or YouTube it, and it has tons of awesome tutorials. It's very easy to use, very friendly for users, easy to follow. Okay. All right, so we're going to go ahead, and I'm in Schoology, sorry. So we use Schoology at CTHS, and I have my courses open. And these are my courses here. So every week I've been changing the image of the front page of the course to match the little gift that I had given the students when they came to do packet pickup the first week. Next week, this week is the end of the 6th week, so next week I will have their actual picture that will go here, and usually it's a cosmetology related image that I put. So this is my second and third period, which are my sophomores, which I've already done a demo of that, or I've already planned their lessons. And now we're going to 5th and 6th period. Okay, so just to let you see kind of what the 5th, 6th, and 7th period will look like, I'm going to take you through the folder for this coming week. So we're going to have a needs list, which is letting the students know, because we have some students that are virtual and some students that are in face-to-face in class. They need to know what to bring, because I told them I wasn't going to be passing anything out in class. So they click on this and it shows them what they need to have for the week. Okay, So quickly, let me go and open that up. And as you see it, it tells them what they need, and the diagrams or the worksheets, I go ahead and link them here so that they can see what worksheet I'm talking about, okay? So that is the needs list for the week. I make sure I make it available on Sunday so that way the students can pack their stuff for Monday, okay? The task card is required by our campus and the task card, or district, I guess you can say, for us. And the task card is what is a student doing, okay, for that week. And it's daily. So I'm not going to open it because it takes just a quick second here. It might take a quick second. Sometimes the internet here at the house is a little slow. So there we go. So here's your task card. And I'm going to go through this with you in just a second because we're going to create it. But it goes through the dates and then what we're doing for that particular day, okay? After the task card, go back to my home page here, we have theory. So we start on Chapter 2, Life Skills Theory, and this particular one is going to be the Prezi, so it's just a link to the Prezi presentation that I will be doing when I'm doing theory with them. Then they're going to have a project, okay, and it has, and I haven't put the project in here yet so they don't get ahead of themselves and work ahead. So that's not in here yet, okay? But it is an assignment, so then I will be able to see who has turned it in and whatnot, okay? So then, and this is my sophomores and we're already doing, working on nails. So we're doing the structure, the anatomy of the nails and such. So then these are pages. So they're not assignments where they have to turn things in, but this particular one is the types of growth. So here's a picture of the worksheet that they're going to have with them, and we're going to be talking about how the nail grows, okay? We'll be doing some diagramming and things of the sort on their worksheet. Then the following day, we will be talking about and doing a demo of how to file the nail. And the video's not in here again, so they don't get ahead of themselves, okay? So that video will be linked there. After that, the following day, we're going to talk about cuticle care. What all about cuticles? What are we doing in cuticles? What's it about, et cetera, et cetera. So this is the images that are on their worksheet, and we're going to be talking about that, and we're going to do the actual lab that goes with that theory part, okay? The following day, we're going to talk about the natural and artificial nail shapes that are out there. And here's the image that they have of their worksheet, or the image in their worksheet that we're going to be working with, okay? So I will tell the story of the evolution of the shapes of the nails, and it's a little story I tell so they can help remember all the different shapes, okay? Then they have their week 5 test, which is not on here yet. I've set it all up, but I have not put the questions in just because some of them like to get ahead and they'll do all their work in one day and then think that they don't have to do anything for the entire week. So I don't put a lot of the stuff in here until it's time to put it in. And the last thing is a video conference recordings for the week. And I do it through Zoom is our video conference. And then I upload the video of the recording into this red folder. So if they were absent or if they need to go back and rewatch the day's lesson or the workshop, then they can come in here and they can watch that and they can practice more on what they learned, or they can come back in and watch what they missed. Okay, so that's pretty much what a folder for the entire week is comprised of. Now, one thing I just realized I did miss to put on here is a Fun Day Friday folder. So that will go here. But on Fridays, we don't meet in Zoom. I give them that day to catch up on anything that they've missed. It's lab day, so they can practice on what they've worked on. And then here, I will have a folder, or a page, I guess you can say, with a variety of different cosmetology related videos and something attached to that as well. Okay, so that is my sophomore, my lessons for the week. That's what we'll be doing. So I want to show you with my 5th period, I want to show you how I put all of this together. So in the 5th period, we have the Zoom video conference meeting. So they come and they click on this and it takes them straight to the Zoom. And I take attendance there. Then I have a video of how to organize their binder, which was highly requested by them. So I put it up here so they could see that. And then we have the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th week of school. That is our 6 weeks right there. I know it's 5 weeks and it's called 6 weeks, but this 6 weeks only has 5 weeks in it. Okay. So what I do is I white out the previous week's folder. I'm going to go ahead and turn it white. Excuse me, I was yawning there. It is 5 p.m. on Sunday, and I am ready for a nap. Okay, so then I'm going to come to week 5. I'm going to click on edit, and I'm going to change the color. Oh no, wait, cancel. The color was already black. I'm sorry, I'm going to publish it. So that way it's lit up and the students can start clicking on it. I have some things in here that are already in the folder that I've copied over from other courses, but I do work on moving things around. It's just, it helps me remember that I need to get some things done, okay? So this was in the needs list for my sophomores, and I just brought it over from my sophomore folder just because I like it to be the same, and I like the verbiage to be the same on the directions. So instead of recreating it, I just copy and paste from course to course, and then I go back to edit. Okay, so again, this is week 5. This is going to be this week. Okay, we've got our materials here. The needs list for this week is here, but I don't have anything in it just yet because I haven't put it in. So I do want to do that, but I'm going to do that at the end until I'm completely done with my task card. Okay. So for my task card, okay, they're going to put their name in, initials. They're going to submit on Friday. Every day's assignment is worth 20 points, etc., etc. Okay. I'm going to come here and I'm going to edit this document. And this actually was from week 4. And so I'm going to hit cancel. I'm going to actually go to my 2nd period. And I'm going to go to my week 5. And I'm going to go to my week 5 task card. Because in my week 5 task card, this week I edited it, and I added this information. I want the same exact information in my other courses. So I'm just going to copy it over. It's a lot easier. So when I click on the task card in this little wheel here, I'm going to copy to course. And I want to copy it to my 5th period class. And it's going to be in my week 5 folder. Okay, so when I do so, now I'm going to go to my 5th period class, and I ignore my 6th and 7th period because I'll copy this entire folder of my 5th period class over in just a minute. So in my week 5, now I have 2 task cards. So here this one says week 5, this is week 4. So I can get rid of my week 4 because I didn't like how the verbiage was on that. But now, and every week I kind of tweak it a little bit. So I just copy paste. So now my task card for this week now looks like my sophomore task card instructions. Okay. Now this particular one is the task card for my sophomores. So I want to delete that. And then I want to add my task card for my freshmen. So that has been deleted. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and come into my folder. I'm going to go to my documents, my 2020, 2021, and I'm looking for Principles of Cosmetology, and here are my task cards, and here's my week 5. So I'm going to go ahead and open that up so you can see it. And here it's the task card. It's exactly what I had handwritten on the blue page. So they are responsible for putting their name in and for initialing daily as they complete their task. Here we have the dates from September 14 to 18. It is week 5 and it's Principles of Cosmetology. Module 1, which is the first semester. we're working on Chapter 2, Life Skills, and Anatomy of the Head. So then they have directions. Well, I won't go through all that, but they have directions. And then here we have Monday through Friday with the dates. Here's where they need to initial, okay? And what we're doing on Monday is we're doing theory via presentation of Chapter 2. They have an assignment they have to turn in on Tuesday, and if it's for a grade, I highlighted in yellow so they know, since we take 2 grades a week, they know that that is a grade. Then they're going to learn and label the anatomy of the head. Wednesday, they're going to learn and color the muscles of the face and neck. Thursday, they're going to learn the anatomy of the facial structure by matching vocabulary term to the correct image. And this will be on gentleman images. And then Friday, they're going to take a week 5 test. They're going to submit the week 5 task card, and that says due today, so that is a grade. And then just a reminder that grades are due this week. They need to check Skyward. Now, because some of them submit information through Schoology, some have technical difficulties, and then they submit through email or Remind. I kind of miss things sometimes, so I need them to check my mistakes, okay? And then they have to watch the Fun Day Friday videos, okay? This is when we have our video conference, and then the link is in Schoology. All right, so that is good. I had already had that done. So I'm going to come in here, and I'm going to edit this week 5 task card. So I want to add my file here. I'm going to go to my documents. I'm going to go to my 2021 school year, Principles of Cosmetology, task cards, week 5. So now here you can see my task card is attached, and it has all the directions that I wanted from earlier. So I'm going to scroll down, and it says the due date. I want it to be due on Friday at 3 o'clock. It's 100 points. It's a lab. And that's it. So I'm going to save my changes. And so when I go over to my week 5, then my task card is ready to go. Okay, so I'm done with that. So that's what I start with, knowing what it is that I'm going to do for the week. Okay. Now, as far as for the test, I go ahead and set it up. So I'm going to edit my test. This is obviously supposed to say week 5. And then the due date is Friday, as it states in the task card. And the due date time is 3 o'clock. Anything after that is late, so 5 points off for being late. And we do theory for that and save. That I don't really pay much attention to, just simply because it's required. I click on it, but to me, I don't pay much attention to that. Okay, I'm going to come in to my week 5 test when I click on it, and I'm going to go ahead and set up my settings so that later I don't forget. So I'm not going to put the test in yet because I don't want them to get ahead. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and enable it. I don't have a time limit, or I will give them a time limit. I'm going to say yes on this one. I usually just give them a few attempts, so we're going to do 2 attempts. We're not going to randomize the order. What I like about this is whenever you hover or click on something, here to the side it tells you kind of what that means. So yes, they can review their questions. Yes, they can resume a test, that is, if they didn't get to finish it. And yes, they can see their results. Okay. So all of these things are important to look at and to make sure you go over, because if not, then you have problems later. So I'm going to go ahead and save my changes. Multiple choice questions are the best. So when I come to my questions, when I add my questions, I typically try to do true or false or multiple choice, simply because multiple choice is what their state board exam is. So getting them used to that pressure or that type of format is best for them. And then in the settings, when I came into the settings and gave them a time limit of 30 minutes, let's say, then that also too helps them with that pressure of taking that test within that time frame, just like as if it were in real life when they're taking their test. So I'm going to go ahead and save all my changes. So my test is set up the way I want it. I just have not done the questions just yet. All right, so the test is ready. So the video conference folder, I leave it at the end. So I kind of put everything in order as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and go back and look at my task card that I have handwritten in front of me. And I'm going to go ahead and create my assignments or pages. I'm going to add materials to my week from here by looking at my task card. Now, if I change anything as I'm typing it, I make sure to change it on my paper. So that way when I'm working this way, I can make sure that everything is correct. All right, so because I have the orientation part, I do the same for 9th and 10th grade. I'm going to go to my second period course, my sophomores. I'm going to click on week 5. And these two things are going to be the same, although the project is a little bit more advanced for sophomores and a little bit less advanced, a little bit more basic for freshmen, but these are the two exact same things. So I'm just going to copy to course, and I'm going to copy to my 5th period, and in the folder, week 5. The other thing that I want to do, because I'm doing the same theory, is copy my project. So I'm going to come across, click on my wheel, I'm going to copy to course, go down to my period 5, and I'm going to pick the week 5 folder, and I'm going to copy that. Because it's going to be the exact same thing except for the project, I don't want to reinvent or have to retype everything. So I'm just going to come in and just copy it over. So when I click on my 5th period week 5, if you will notice, it is now here. So we're good to go. So on Monday, we're going to start with, of course, going over the task card. This will be the last week we'll go over the task card. After this, they'll be on their own, just to get them used to reading it and looking at it. So Monday, we're going to do our Chapter 2 life skills. And then on Tuesday, they're going to turn their project assigned on Monday, turn in on Tuesday. Okay, so that's the date right there. The next thing that I have, and I guess I can open up my task card here so I can kind of show you what I'm looking at, and so that way you can see. Okay, so we've already gone ahead and did our theory for the life skills and then submit the project. Now we're going to start on Tuesday, we're going to learn and label the anatomy of the head. Okay, so this particular one is not an assignment. They're not going to turn anything in, so I'm going to add a page. So the title, I'm going to keep it the same as their task card, just to keep the same consistency across the board. Okay, so we're going to anatomy, spelled wrong. No, I was right. The head. Okay, so that's the anatomy of the head. And here what I want to do is I want to add a file or an image of the actual skull. Okay, this is going to be a little bit difficult, I believe, because a lot of these are scanned. So if I might have to tomorrow while I'm at school scan it and insert it. But let's see if I can find it on my Google Drive if we are lucky, which I doubt. Let's see. And this is kind of what takes me a long time, just because that packet is not scanned. So I think I'm going to have to end up scanning it just so I can have that information. And it's a lot easier for me to find. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to have it in here. No, okay, that's okay. So anatomy of the head, there's not much here. We're going to give the students some directions on your worksheet. Label, and I don't know if they want to color. We're just going to label the parts of the skull. You will later be adding this page to your journal, to your aesthetics journal. I've told them about this journal so they know what that means. Okay, so in here you can, do all of your kind of like Word doc. Okay, you can change all that stuff if you want. I sometimes do, if it's important, I highlight it, change the font, bold, and underline, but just give them basic directions. So tomorrow when I get in, I'll scan this particular worksheet and make sure that we have it here. Now, another way to do it is, let me show you really quick on the screen here. Okay, so I have my notes, and I know it's hard to see on the screen here. I have my notes open on iPhone. I don't know how to do it on Android, but on iPhone, you can scan a document. So I'm going to take this document here, and I'm going to scan it. And the way I scan it is I'm going to take and it's hard to see, I'm going to push the little, open a new note. I'm going to push the little camera, and then it says scan documents. I'm going to click on scan documents. I'm going to hover my phone neatly over my document, and I got to put it on a good plane here. So let me get set up here, and I'm going to put it, and I'm going to take a picture of it. And as it's taking a picture of my document, okay, I'm going to fix my corners however I want on my screen, how I want it to show up. You're kind of cropping your image, if you will. And then, let's see, can you see it? You can see the skull there on the dark part, not the light part so much. But you can see the screen there, so I'm going to click on Keep Scan. And so now that I have the Keep Scan, I'm going to cancel my, because you can continue, discard. I'm going to click on Save, not Cancel. Oops, did I save it? I did not. Let me try that again. My bad. So I'm going to open up a new one. I'm going to scan my document. Now, you can do multiple documents, so you do have to tell it to save that one, or you have to tell it to move on. Okay, just because you can do multiple pages. I did not know that you can use notes to take the scan, so I'm going to keep the scan. And then it's ready for the next scan, but I don't have another one, so I'm going to click on Save, and then that's it. I'm going to send it to my email. So I'm going to click on my Outlook on here. This whole process does take just a second, but if you don't have a scanner, it works great. And then I'm going to email it to myself, and I'm going to send it out. This is the skull. So I'm going to send it to myself. So right now on my email, I'm sending it to myself. So then let me go ahead and share with you on my screen. I'm going to open my email. I'm going to show you how I download that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and open up a new page. And I'm going to click on my email. It's going to take just a second to come out. With my email, I'm going to open up my first email for my skull. And when I open this, and it takes just a second. I'm telling you, my internet here at home is not the best. Okay, so I'm going to click on my scanned document, or I can just click on the arrow, either one. But when I open my email, then the picture of my skull, it's here. So then I'm going to go ahead and download this. And I'm going to save it to my computer. from here, once it's saved onto my computer, then I can put it in my Schoology. Okay, so File, Save As. Now I'm going to do my computer. I can do wherever. I'm just going to put it on my desktop for now. And no, actually, let's do Documents 2021, and then let's do Principles of Cosmetology, and then we're going to do School Anatomy. Okay, so we're going to save that. Now I messed with my computer, and for some reason, I don't know what I did, but everything is downloaded through Adobe Acrobat Reader. So that's a little annoying, to be honest with you, but I need to get that fixed. But okay, so here we go again. So, oops, wrong thing, I apologize. All right, so here I'm going to add a file, and then I'm going to go to my documents. I'm going to go to my 2021 Principles of Cosmetology, and the School Anatomy is here. So now this here, let me move this down, my School Anatomy page is here. So when I click on it, and I'm not sure if it'll open this now, but when I click or create it, let me go ahead and create it and then I'll open it. Anatomy of the head. Then when they click on that and view it, they're going to be able to see on the screen the image that I'm speaking of. And then this is the anatomy of the skull. So then I can come in and I can draw on this through my Zoom and things of the sort. Okay. So because I need the students to bring this paper for my needs list, okay, I'm going to edit my needs list page, and I'm going to go ahead and also add that file to my needs list because I need the students to know they're going to need this particular page. So I'm going to save those changes. And so I kind of work back and forth through each assignment or the needs list and assignments as I go along. All right, so the anatomy of the head is what we're going to be doing on Tuesday. Okay, so that's my Tuesday. The next thing that I have on my task card, and I put that sheet off to the side, the next thing that I have on my task card is Wednesday. Okay, we're going to learn and color the muscles of the face and the neck. So that is not an assignment they're going to turn in, so I'm just going to add a page. And so then we're going to do the head, face and neck. Should capitalize that and do it correctly. How about that? Okay, so same thing. We want to do the same thing. You're going to color your diagram and take notes on your worksheet. You will be adding this to your aesthetics journal at a later time. So that way too they know not to throw it away. Okay. Now for this one, I'm going to see if this is muscles, facial muscles. Let me see if I have it actually in here. This will take just, there I do, I have it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and download it, and it's being downloaded, so it's here at the bottom of my computer. Far not, File, Save As. And I'm going to go same route. I'm going to save it to my 9th grade folder. And it's going to take just a second. I apologize for the delay, but this is life, right? I'm going to hurry. I need to get this done. I need to get it done now. And it takes forever. Okay, so documents, where was I? 2020, principles, and then facial muscles. Fine, okay. Okay, so I'm going to go back in and I'm going to go ahead and click on File. I'm going to add a file, facial muscles, and here is my link. Once it's done and it says complete, it's in here. So I'm going to create that. So the students will be able to see this image right there, okay? And because I need it for their task card, for their needs list. I'm going to go to the needs list. I'm going to edit the page, and I am also going to link that file, and it is being saved down here. I'm going to save those changes. Okay, so we are already on Wednesday. Okay, now we're going to learn the face shapes. Okay, it is not necessarily this is actually an assignment, but I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it. So for now, I'm just going to put it in as a page. I want to do like a matching thing. Like I want to have the vocabulary word like an oval face shape, and then I want to have a picture of an oval face shape of a gentleman, and I want them to be able to like, match, but I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, but I have some time to figure it out. So I'm going to add a page, and this will be same thing as I did before, face shapes. Okay, and here I'm going to add that image. And where did I put it? Where did I put it? Where did I put it? All right, so I was looking for it, but actually I did not put it. I did not have it, I had not scanned it yet. So I went ahead and scanned that. So I have, oops, wrong one. Let me go back, and I did the whole scan it through my iPhone and email it thing. So I'm gonna put this in here and draw and take notes on your worksheet. You will add this to your journal at a later time. And that is not spelled correctly. It's in there, so we're going to go ahead and click on Create. So that is what we are working with and doing. And the face shape page, so you guys can see it, looks like this. Now this is an image that I had gotten off of the internet a while back, and it has the face, and then it has the image of the gentleman. Now, like this one here with the fringe in the front, you can't really tell that is a triangle face because there's just not, it could be a heart per se. So I want to find a better picture, so I have to find a way that I can teach this for this lesson. So that's why I was saying earlier that I'm going to change that, but it's there for now. Okay, so then face shapes we're going to learn after the muscles. Okay, and that's all that we're doing there. Then they're going to take their test on Friday, and then they have the recordings for the week. And then I have to also add one more thing. I'm going to add a page. And this is a Fun Day Friday videos. And here's where I will add links to a variety of different kinds of videos, depending on what, either what we're working on, or sometimes I'll put like the Tabitha Takes Over episode in there, or like a competition, or something about aesthetics and facials. It just kind of depends. I'm not going to put those in there now, okay? So I'm going to just leave it, but if I were to, per se, let me show you how I do that. I open up, do YouTube, and I search, let's see, sorry, I search, let's say we do a Tabitha Takeover. This is one that I have looked over, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna put it in for now. I'm not sure if I'm not gonna leave this one in here because I need to screen it. So I'm going to come in, I'm going to click on share. For some reason, it's not taking my embedding, so I'm just going to put copy. And then I'm going to go to Schoology. I'm going to add my link here. Sorry, I have this mouse, this new mouse, and it's super awesome, but it's like super too awesome that sometimes I can't get it to work. So then, oops. I copy the name of the video in case they can't watch it here on their computer, they can watch it on their phone, and I can create that. Okay. All right, so then this will be here. And that's pretty much what my folder for the week looks like and how my assignments look like. It takes me about at least an hour to set it up. Now I have a lot of the material already, so that helps a lot. But if I didn't have the material, it probably would take me a good, I don't know, 3 hours. I already have from a long time ago the theory, the Prezi for the skills, life skills. I've already got the project set up. These head sheets I already had looked for, or made, or chosen, or come up with. And so this, to truly honestly be honest with you, it probably takes 3 to 4 hours to properly plan, maybe 5 sometimes, for the whole week. And this is a pretty basic lesson, or pretty basic lessons for the week, okay? So it is a little bit more difficult when you're doing it virtually because you have to put it all out and it has to be perfect and it has to be ready and it has to be done, because if not, come Monday or come the day that you need to open up the thing, if it's empty or not done, the kids are sitting in the Zoom or in the classroom watching you like, okay, you can't wing it like you could do physically if everybody was, at school physically. So that's how my week is. I have it in order. First, what they need, then the task card, what we do on Monday, then Tuesday, and then we have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then the recordings for the week. So once I have all that in there, now there's some things I still need to go in and tweak and add and finish up, like the matching of the face shapes. I need to put in the project, and then I need to put in the test questions. I keep the test questions pretty short, but I do need to put those things in there. I have them, I just haven't put them in, and I won't put them in until later so they don't get ahead. But I'm going to also go ahead and click on the needs list for the week. So these are the things that I had added in there, and I forgot to add that last page. So I'm going to go ahead and add the last page that they're going to be needing. And I'm going to go ahead and add the file, the face shapes, so that way they know to look for that. Okay. So here I'm going to go back through and I'm going to do a bullet. So this will be for theory. And we're going to bold, underline, make it a 14 font. For here, we're going to not bold, not underline. We're just going to put a bullet. So they're going to need, for the theory part, maybe markers. No, I don't want to bold or underline all that. Okay, so markers or map pencils. I don't know why I did that. Okay. Then we're going to need, what else do they need? Once I put the project in there, then they'll need to know for their project what they need. So map pencils. Okay, let's see what else. This is the thinking part, okay, where you have to sit and think and go through step by step every day, every lesson, just to make sure you have everything, you write down everything the student is going to need. Because if not, then if you pull out and say, hey, uh, you need, scissors, and their students are like, you did not say that we needed scissors, and I don't have scissors, and then you're, what do? Now you have to pass things out. So this is a difficult part of going through everything. So I'm going to go ahead and do all of this, but let me show you really quick. Lab, and I'm going to go ahead and bold, underline, and I'm going to make that a 14. So, and for this one, we're not really doing any hands-on other than diagramming, but you can do theory lab, workshop, or whatever it is that they will be needing. And then you can put your bullet points here, and then if they needed combs or scissors or mannequins or whatever, then you can type it in there, okay? So let me go ahead and think this through, and I'll be back in just a second. Okay, so on this one, I needed to go back to my chapter, or my second period, week 5 needs list, because I wanted to see the verbiage and how I did it so it can be the same. So I'm just going to copy and paste this stuff because I like the way it reads. Copy. And I like to be consistent across the board. So I'm going to go to my 5th period, week 5 needs list. I'm going to come to the side and I'm going to edit the page. And then let's throw that out. Oh. Okay. So obviously I will not need these. This is for the nail stuff and worksheets from binder. They will need their bell ringer journal and they will need their exit ticket journal. And here I'm just going to type in that they're going to need there, so that way they know the name of this. This will be School Anatomy page, and this one will be facial, what did I write? Facial muscles page, and anatomy does not need to be capitalized. I'm really bad about capitalizing things. I like to capitalize everything. And then the last one is male face shapes. Okay, so this is same as my second period, so it's consistent. It's just a lot better for me. It drives me nuts when things are not organized correctly and done right. So this is the worksheets from the binder. So there's one extra. And this is my theory supplies. They'll need markers or matte pencils, pens or pencils to do their diagramming on. And then the lab supplies, we won't be doing anything for lab, any hands-on this week per se, because it's a theory week. None. Okay. So the only thing that I'm going to be changing or adding here, or maybe changing or adding, will be our life skill project. I really would love to do a hands-on cutting paste, but then I'm thinking, man, I didn't tell them ahead of time to get a magazine in their supply list, so it's not fair to make them rush out. Not everybody will have a magazine, so I'll probably do it digital. So I probably won't add anything from here. I'll just make them do a PowerPoint to do their project with or on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and save those changes, and then those are done and ready and good to go. All right, so we have our needs list for the week. We have our task card. We have our theory for the chapter with our project. That this is an assignment, so they know they need to turn it in. So when I click on that, the project, anytime, here's the due date, when it's due and the time. There's a little button here that'll say submit on their page. This is a teacher version of it. But once that's there, then here I can see who submits it. So their name pops up here so I can see it and I can grade it from here. Or who has not submitted it, then their names pop up here. So, and then it gives me an option to grade and then let the students see what their grades are and what my comments are. Okay, so from here I go ahead and then we have our 3 worksheets we're going to be diagramming and working on. Then they have their tasks, their videos, and their conference recordings for the week. And then we're done. All right, so that was about a good 50 minutes of all of that, explaining all that. So it maybe take me a quick second longer since I was explaining it. But that is how I compose my folder for the week. Okay, now let me show you my, per se, 4th week. So last week, for example, they have their video of how to laminate their tabs. They have their task card. They have this was a PowerPoint. They had their basic henna workshop. So in here, well, let me show you, walk you through it. This was a PowerPoint they had. We clicked on it and I presented it and talked about it in class. Then they had their henna fill workshop. So on this one here, when we clicked on it, I had told them to bring their own packet, but because they already had it, but if not, for those that didn't have it, couldn't find it, this is the packet that we worked on. So it's the scanned file of it. And then these are the videos of how I did those designs in that packet. So they could go, we did it in class on some, but they can always go back and watch that at a later time should they have time. And then that was the beginning, the basic, and then we did advanced designs. And then here's a class that I previously recorded on a bird. And then this was Prezi on modern henna. So there's several videos on here, but I only showed 2 and parts of those 2 videos during class. So that is what I used for that. Then they had their test, and then they had their competition that they had to come in, and they had their little previous images there of the previous winners with their people, with their examples of what they needed to turn in, and the Pinterest link to get some ideas. Then they had their Fun Day Friday, and then this was the Glam Masters. This particular one, they had to watch. And excuse the commercials, but this particular one, it's going to take forever to load. We're going to skip the ads. All right, so this is a video that they had to watch. Okay, so that was what the fun video was for. Okay, again, it's not allowing me to embed videos, so all that other junk on the side comes out, like all the other videos that it's available for them. So that's the only thing I don't like. I don't know why it has not been letting us embed videos, but it's okay. All right, so then they have their video recordings for the week. So let me show you what that looks like. Let's do this one. And so it's going to open up. Let me just go. Let's see here. So this is me, I'm showing the video. This is me, I'm talking about. So this is my document camera and I'm looking through, I'm sitting on this side of the screen. The camera is recording and I'm teaching. Okay, so then I go through and I show them how to do the different designs. So whether they're physically at school or they're at home, they're still able to see what I'm doing. Okay, and then at the end, okay, so that is what happened on 9/9/20 during 5th period. We did advanced henna designs. So if they were absent, they can go back and look at that recording of class. If there was no recording, it's because it was very short or we did not meet. Like for example, this one was only 3 because Monday was Labor Day and Friday we did not have Zoom. So there's only 3 recordings for that day. Okay. So I really love that option. So that way if the student's absent, they have to rewatch it and then they have to send me an email with a small description of what they watched or what they learned. And that way I can give them credit for that day. If not, they don't get their 20 points in their module sheet or the task card. And then the needs list for next week, I tried to do that, but because I plan on Sunday mornings, everything is posted on Sunday evenings. So then I try to do the needs list to give them time, but it's just been hard for me to get it all done. So I kind of scratched that idea. Okay. So that's kind of how my weeks are set up. And each week that I do it, I get a little faster and a little better at it. But that is just pretty much it. All right, so that's it. That's how I plan. I go from paper pencil. I start paper pencil because it's a lot easier for me. If I needed to, I could go in and change things up. I have my worksheets, so that way this is my 10th grade, this is my 9th grade. I have my worksheets so I don't have to pull all my stuff and haul it around to come home and plan. I plan on Sunday just because, right now that's kind of when I plan. I try to plan during the school week, but I have so much to do, so much with checking attendance and things of the sort that I just really don't have time to sit down and plan for the following week, although I would love to do that. I think as I get better at this, I will be able to do that. And then I will be able to not have to work on this on the weekend. Friday nights when I get home, I don't want to work on this stuff. Saturday, I don't even want to sit in front of the computer. And Sunday, I'm like, uh-oh, I need to get this done. So Sunday is when it gets done. And then right now, I'm really busy with packet pickup stuff. So I've been sorting out the aesthetics and the nail supplies and little Ziploc baggies. And like I take a big old jar of gems or spatulas or spoolies or whatnot, and then I divide them in between my 43 students. And so I've been really busy with that. So I really haven't had any extra time to do any of that. I probably won't for the rest of this week, but in the future, as I get better, as I have more time, I'll be able to do this and I'll be faster at it. So I'll be able to do this during the school week, during maybe one of my conference periods and not have to do it at home. So I hope that this helps somebody out. If you guys use Schoology, great. If not, it's all right. No problem, no big deal. There's tons of other ways and formats to do this. My little hair's growing. I had short hair and I'm letting it grow, but I'm sitting on the couch earlier and so my hair I pull my hair back. I hate my hair back because I have a big forehead and big ears, but I pull it back because I don't want, when I'm at school or like today I went to the store, I don't want the bacteria, I don't want anything getting in my hair and then I swish my hair around and it flops into my face. So I've literally been pulling my hair back this whole entire time, which saves me time in the morning by not having to fix my hair with a flat iron or blow dryer or curling iron. But anyway, side note. So I hope this helps somebody out. Hopefully you guys are having a great school year. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you guys on the next one. Y'all have a good one.